So AH, she is begging a judge, according to the mainstream media, pleading for help from the judge in the $1 million court battle over JD's judgment. And what's crazy about this report is it just barely scratches the surface. It doesn't keep up with any of the new filings, any of the stuff that has gone on. There has been insanity on this, plus there have been decisions, but it is amazing to see the mainstream, covering this stuff at all here, with them pointing out things like she had begged a judge. She again had pleaded with them, saying, hey, why can't I move on? I settled this stuff. There shouldn't be any ramifications, right? It's amazing when you look at this. And you and I, we're going to talk about the article. We're going to talk about the things that are added to this. Plus, there's other context as well. DUI guy talked about how lawyer got removed. They got busted, essentially, where the insurance company that backed AH, they had done some nasty business. This stuff. It is fun times. It is fun times indeed. All right. So, hey there, to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. So you know that things are bad. And I'm talking about really, really bad when news organizations, they're putting out headlines like this. Plus, with captions on Twitter that say, hey, AH, she's asking a judge to step in. And really, when you look at this headline, did you ever think that you would see something like this in the media? Quote, AH pleads for help. She is begging for help here from the judge in the $1 million court battle over the JD judgment. Now, of course, there's more context to this, by the way, but I never thought I would see anything like this reported. Listen to this, really drink it in. AH has demanded the legal battle with her insurance company over the judgment awarded to JD, it be dismissed, despite her insurer refusing to drop the case. That's what this specific outlet, they have learned. They're always behind, by the way, but still seeing anyone report this, seeing something that is bad for AH in the middle of a PR blitz, and that's what we've been seeing as of late. Yeah, it's amazing. Again, her own team, the people that enabled her to go after JD, yeah, she's in a big fight, a fight for her life here with them. Continuing. According to court documents obtained by them, the 37-year-old actress said the New York Marine and General Insurance Company, they won't drop the lawsuit. They won't allow this stuff to go away. Why won't you go away? I thought I could just sweep this under the rug. Didn't I say I moved to Spain? I sold my house and more. It's amazing how ramifications work like that, right? That they filed against her despite the JD matter being resolved. And by the way, that is not resolution. You may have a settlement between the parties, but there's a lot more that was going on. A lot more. And for her to think, oh man, I set all this behind. I can say anything that I want. I can do anything that I want. Yeah, not so much. Now, their understanding of everything, it is limited. We'll fill in some blanks, but, it's still amazing to see this being reported on at all. And as DUI guy told you, there have been some we are talking about major fireworks. The insurance company that stood with AH, that company, they got caught doing some dirty business. They were exposed. It was amazing too. And it shows you, as far as things they've moved forward, yeah, they still stand in place when it comes to AH and her team. But listen to what they say here. Quote, as Radar Online previously reported, the insurance company, New York Marine and General Insurance Company, they sued AH July 2022. So you're talking about a year ago. Man, these anniversaries, none of them work out for AH, do they? That was only weeks after the Virginia jury found her liable for defaming her ex-husband and was ordered to pay $8.3 million. Now, AH demanded that the insurance company, of course, they they needed to pay their part. Oh man, you need to step in. And New York Marine in general, they acknowledged, yeah, there is an insurance coverage policy here. There's $1 million on that, but the insurance company, now they say a lot more than this. We'll fill in this blank, but they said that there's a provision here. That provision says that New York Marine in general, they're not liable if AH is found to have quote unquote willfully committed the wrongful act. Now, New York Marine in general claimed the jury found that AH's actions, they were both willful and malicious. Therefore, they demanded the court order that it's not responsible for covering any portion of the judgment owed to JD. Now, AH, of course, fires back. She fires her own counterclaim. It was a lot of clown car nonsense, which we're going to talk about in a minute. She said that New York Marine in general was on the hook despite its opposition to everything. She claimed that the insurance company, they offered to pay her legal bills up to $1 million. They weren't going to put any restrictions on that. She said also, well, December 2022, we settled. Hey, JD, we put this in the rear view mirror. As a result, the entire legal battle and appeals were off. Now that by the way, doesn't matter in this. Now, as Laura B. rightly points out, yeah, the pleading does not matter at all. The judge, they were not having any of this. They weren't having it from one insurer, and they weren't having it from AH. And it looks like they have a little plot on maybe how they want to go forward with this. But as she says here, and follow her, check out her YouTube on this too. She does a great job covering this subject. But AH's argument was, yeah, I have a right to independent counsel. I can't accept their counsel because they won't fully represent me and only me. Now, New York Marine argued against this, saying that's some clown car logic right there. Once you pulled us off this, you gave us no say at all. We're not obligated to a dime. The judge ruled against that. Ruled against them. I'm talking about AH and the insurance company standing with her. Both of them, by the way. And her lawyer currently is saying, yeah, New York Marine faces no real or threatened economic hardship from AH, and she has withdrawn her claim for indemnity and is not seeking any defense costs from New York Marine. This is a big statement here. Unless and until the court's dismissal order is reversed on appeal. Now, as Laura B. points out, yeah, it looks like maybe AH wants New York Marine's claim dismissed so she can file a certain type of appeal. That way, she and the insurance company, they would have the right to appeal, and they want this. New York Marine actually providing this independent counsel. Again, judge ruled against both of them. There are good videos on this too. Laura B. actually did a great job breaking it down. But did you ever think that you would see mainstream media cover this at all? I mean, it's amazing. Pleading with a judge. Oh no. Fun times. Anyway, let me know what you think. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. Can't say enough. Want to help out the channel, by the way? Links are in the description. Check those out. Share everything. Appreciate you too. Ending here. Thank you.